Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Secretary, a follow-up to the question of my colleague, Congressman Malapitan. It's about your being an enlisted personnel of the United States Army for several years, and you have been in active military service stationed in Europe from 1992 to 1996. Correct me if I'm wrong, but to be an enlisted personnel in the U.S. Army, either you are a citizen by birth, meaning to say you are a U.S. citizen, or you have acquired U.S. citizenship by naturalization, or that you are a lawful permanent resident. Under what circumstances did you, what is the status of your citizenship when you were enlisted member of the U.S. Army and when you serve as an active military service station in Europe, sir?
Mr. Chair, with all
Yeah.
due respect,
Senator
Congressman Marcoleta, I think the good secretary has asked for the executive session with regard to your
Okay.
question.
Okay,
Maybe
and
we can-
there's another
we can,
question.
Jump to another question. Congressman.
My other question, Mr. Secretary, also appears in the report of the Commission. This is the PIR, the Profile Investigation Report, because it is indicated here that you were also convicted 4 times in the RTC in Pasay City. Is this still covered by the executive?
So it was centered only on the citizenship.
Okay.
Can I answer that, Your Honor, Mr. Chair?
Yes, please, Mr. Secretary.
That case is related to my profession as a journalist, Your Honor, Mr. Chair. There was a conviction, that's correct, but it is because of my line of work as a journalist. It's a libel, 4 counts of libel. Same individual, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
What does that exactly mean, Mr. Secretary, if you were convicted 4 times in a case involving a single individual?
No,
What do you- what
it's
do you-
not for convictions, actually. It's the count, Your Honor, Mr. Chair, 4 counts of libel that I was convicted by the same individual. I was a columnist and I write a story about the person, about the government official, actually. And I have my sources and I was compelled by the court to divulge my sources, but I did not. So it went all the way up to the Court of Appeals and to the Supreme Court, Your Honor, Mr. Chair. And
Yes,
that's all.
that is exactly the point, Mr. Chair. There are 4 counts of libel and you were convicted by the Pasay Court, and on appeal, the Court of Appeals affirmed the conviction all the way up to the Supreme Court. And so, by record, and as it appears in the file report, Mr. Secretary, it stands as a fact that you were convicted for counts of libel. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. I admit that there was a case, but it was, like I said, in line with my work as a journalist, and it's one of the hazards of the trade, Your Honor, Mr. Chair.
Well, of course, you were precisely convicted because of your work. You are a journalist, but that does not change the situation. You can be convicted either way in any other vocation, but the fact stands that there is a conviction. The problem we're trying to press out here, Mr. Chair, is whether or not his conviction will be an issue in the process of confirmation because, as the Supreme Court enunciated in several cases, Mr. Chair, libel is an offense that involves moral turpitude. And in some other cases disposed by the Supreme Court, there were certain people who were disqualified from holding positions because they have been convicted of crimes involving moral turpitude. This is the dilemma, Mr. Secretary. Of course, I am in support of your confirmation as Secretary of DSWD, and I believe you have just succeeded in proving to our people that you are qualified. But this is a problem that we need to trace out, Mr. Chair. How do we dispose this dilemma before us? Because it is in the report. I could not have asked you this question, Mr. Secretary, if it did not appear in the report submitted to us by the Commission on Appointments. Mr. Chair, thank you.
Majority Leader.
Mr. Chair, considering that there was a request and the line of questioning will be tackled within the executive session, since we are a collegial body, we have to tackle this as a group. So may I suggest and reiterate, Mr. Chair, that we proceed for an executive session. So move, Mr. Chair.
Okay, there's a motion duly seconded.
Mr. Chair.
Honorable Escudero.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I do take note of the comments of Congressman Marcoleta. However, I would like to state for the record as well that there are many pending bills, both in the House and in the Senate, to decriminalize libel. In fact, the visit by our own DOJ Secretary to the United Nations, that was in fact even suggested by the Canadian representative. And I myself am an author of a bill seeking to decriminalize libel. So if this would be taken against the nominee, and later on that bill is approved by Congress, I think it would be prejudicial, to say the least, and unfair if he would be taking that against him. Just for the consideration of the committee, Mr. Chairman, when we go into caucus later.
Yan po ang ating sistema sa pangkatarungan sa Pilipinas. At dahil dyan, bakit hindi natin yan titingnan na isang napakahalagang bagay? Dapat po ang lahat ng mga taong sentensyado ay dapat hindi nabigyan ng pagkakataon na magkaroon ng pwesto kahit sa barangay tanod. Sa todo lang. O ito, si Maria Tano, Change Leadership for Philippines and Improve the Morale of the People. Keep well. Boyet Potenciano, watching here in San Diego, California. Mabuhay. So, Ricky Mentili, good morning. Attorney Engineer Dr. Toto Kausing, Senator ng mga Pilipino. Humility. Okay, ako po ay magsasampa kami ng aming, ito na po yung aking tinatawag na, certificate of candidacy, isasampa ko na lang ito. So, usapan namin sa Bunyog Party List ay magpahuli-huli na kami file. Okay, magandang umaga po, Susan Ramos de Jesus, Manuel Tribio from Virginia, USA, Marjorie Vilguera, good morning, Toto Kausing, we will support. Salamat po. Ito po ang dahilan kung bakit siya disqualified. May batas po tayo na tinatawag na Batas Pambansa 881 na nagsasabi sa Section 12 sa English, disqualifications. Any person who has been declared by competent authority as insane or incompetent or has been sentenced by final judgment for subversion, insurrection, rebellion, or for any offense, or for which he has been sentenced to penalty of more than 18 months, or for a crime involving moral turpitude, shall be disqualified to be a candidate and to hold any office unless he has been given plenary pardon or granted amnesty. This disqualification to be a candidate herein provided shall be deemed removed upon the declaration by the competent authority that said insanity or incompetence had been removed or after the expiration of a period of 5 years from his service of sentence unless within the same period he again becomes disqualified. So, itong problema ni Erwin Tulfo ay katulad ng kaso ni Mr. Philip E. Pichay. Si Mr. Philip E. Pichay po ay kasama ni Erwin Tulfo na sinintensyahan na convicted sa kaso na libel dahil sa siniraang puri nila si Mr. Attorney Carlos T. So, kung ganon, kung sinintensyahan sila doon at itong basahin natin ang kaso. So, the facts, basahin muna natin ang criminal case number nila ni Erwin Tulfo. Kinasuhan sila sa Pasay City. Sinabi rito yung case number, unang kaso, number 991598. That on or about 11th day of May, 1999 in Pasay City, Metro Manila, Philippines, and with the jurisdiction of this honorable court. The above named accused, conspiring and confederating together and mutually helping one another, being then the columnist, publisher, and managing editor respectively of Remate, a tabloid published daily and of general circulation in the Philippines, did then and there willfully, unlawfully, and feloniously, and with malicious intent to discredit or dishonor complainant, Attorney Carlos Dingso, and with the malicious intent of injuring and exposing said complainant to public hatred, contempt, and ridicule, write and published in the regular issue of said publication on May 11, 1999, its daily column, Direct Hit. O, yan ang sinurat ni Erwin Tulfo. Sinabi niyo rito, ito pala si Attorney Dingso ng Intelligence Division ng Bureau of Customs and pinakamayaman na yata na government official sa buong bansa sa pangungurakot lamang dyan sa South Harbor. Hindi matibag ang gagong attorney dahil malakas daw ito sa Iglesia ni Cristo. Hoy, so, nakakahiya ka sa mga INC. Ikaw na yata pinakagago at magnanakaw na miyembro nito. Balita ko, malapit ka nang itiwalag ng nasabing simbahan dahil sa mga kalukuhan mo. Abangan bukas ang mga racket ni So sa BOC. Wherein said complainant was indicated as an extortionist, a corrupt public official, smuggler, and having illegally acquired wealth. All, as already stated, with the subject of destroying his reputation, discrediting and ridiculing him before the bar of public opinion. Itong pangalawang kaso niya na sinampa kay Erwin Tulfo, kasama rin dito sa kinasuhan si Philip A. Pichay, na tumakbong congressman na dinisqualify sapagkat ay dahil sa kaso na sentensyado sa rito. Panalo sana siya bilang congressman sa Surigao del Sur, ay kaso lang tinanggal siya, so ang nanalo ang kalaban niya. So ito ang pangalawang kaso laban kay Erwin Tulfo at saka Mr. Pichay. That on or about 12th day of May 1999, o diretso tayo sa sinulat niya, si Attorney So ng BOC. Lintek din sa pangungurakot itong si Dingso ng Bureau of Customs Intelligence Unit sa South Harbor. Daang-daang libong piso ang kinikita ng masiba at matakaw na si So sa mga importer na ayaw ideklara ang totoong laman ng mga container para makaiwas sa pagbayad ng malaking customs duties at taxes. Si So ang nagpapadrino sa mga pag-inspection ng mga container na ito. Siyempre, binibigyan din siya ng salapi yung ibang mga ahensya para pumikit na lang at itikom ang kanilang mga bibig diyan sa mga buhayang taga-BOC. Awang-awa ako sa ating gobyerno, bankrupt na nga. Ninakawan pa ng mga kabatan tulad ni So. Iwan ko ba rito kay Attorney So, bakit hindi na lang tumayo sa sarili niyang robbery hold-up gang para kumita ng mas mabilis? Hoy So, hindi bagay sa iyo ang pagiging attorney. Mas bagay sa iyo ang pagiging buhaya, nakakurbata at hold-upper. Magnanakaw ka So, wherein the complainant was indicated as an extortionist, corrupt public official, smuggler, and having illegally acquired wealth. All, as already stated, with the objective of destroying his reputation, discrediting and ridiculing him before the bar of public opinion. Ito naman ang pangatlong kaso na sinampa ni Atty. Dingso laban kay Erwin Tulfo at kasama na rin dyan si Philip A. Pichay na na-disqualify na ng Supreme Court noong araw pa. Sabi niya, that on or before 19th day of May, diretso tayo sa sinulat. Tulad ni Atty. Dingso ng Bureau of Customs Intelligence Division, saksakan din ng lakas itong si Daniel Aquino ng Presidential Anti-Smuggling Unit na nakatalaga sa South Harbor. Tulad niso, magnanakaw na tunay itong si Aquino. Panghingi ng pera sa mga brokers. Ang lakad nito, pag hindi nagbigay ng pera mga brokers na ipit ang pag-release ng kanilang kargamento, wherein said complainant was indicated as an extortionist, as corrupt public official, smuggler, and having illegally acquired wealth, all as already stated, with the object of destroying his reputation, discrediting and ridiculing him before the bar of public opinion. Itong pang-apat na kaso. That on or with about 25th of June 1999, okay, diretso tayo sa sinulat. Nag-file ng 10 milyon na libel suit itong si Atty. Carlos Sos ng Bureau of Customs laban sa inyong lingkod at ilang opisyalis ng Rimate sa Pasay City Court. Nagalit itong tarantadong si Atty. So dahil binanatan ko siya at inexpose ang kagaguhan niya sa BOC. Hoy So, dagdagan mo pa ang pagnanakaw mo dahil hindi kita tatantanan. Buhay ka pa, sinusunog ng iyong kaluluwa sa impyerno. When I said complainant was indicated as extortionist, a corrupt public official, smuggler, and having illegally acquired wealth, all as already stated, with the object of destroying his reputation, discrediting and ridiculing him before the bar of public opinion. So, yan ang mga kaso laban sa na sinampa ni Atty. Dingso laban kay Erwin Tulfo at saka si iba pa na mga kasapi ng Rimate. Ang kasama niya sa kinasuhan ay si Susan Cambry na editor, si Ray Salaw na editor din, tapos si Jocelyn Barliso na editor at saka si Philip Pichay, may-ari ng Rimate. So, yan po ang kaso. Alam mo, sa totoo lang, ito ang titingnan natin ang rason ng Supreme Court kung bakit siya na convicted. So, ang rason naman ng RTC, hinanap kong rason ng RTC, hindi ko makita. Rason na lang ng Supreme Court ang gawin natin. So, ang sinabi dito ng Supreme Court ay sa apila ni Tulfo, sinabi ni Tulfo na nagkamali daw ang Court of Appeals na hindi daw na-apply ang Burhal versus Court of Appeals. Ano ba yung Burhal versus Court of Appeals na kaso? Sa Burhal versus Court of Appeals po, yan po yung sinasabi na ang sinuman na magbibigay ng mga opinyon laban sa isang tao na sabihin natin official ng publiko o public figure ay hindi siya masintensyan sa libel kung ang kanyang opinion ay pwede natin sabihin reasonable, no? May basihan na pangyayari o di kaya facts kung sa English pa. Yan ang sinasabi ng Burhal versus Court of Appeals. Tapos yan po ay nasa JR number 129,466. Okay. Tapos yan ay nilabas na desisyon ng Supreme Court noong January 19, 1999. Okay. So ngayon nakalagay dito, ang sabi ng Supreme Court ay hindi mag-apply sapagkat sabi niya na Supreme Court, there is no question that the status of Attorney So as public official, so dapat sana mag-apply. Pero anong ginawa ni Mr. Anong nangyari? The court has long respected freedom of the press and upheld the same when it came to commentaries made on public figures and public interest. So nasa public interest naman talaga dapat, no? Even in cases wherein the freedom of the press was given greater weight over the rights of individuals. The court, however, has stressed that such freedom is not absolute and unbounded. The exercise of this right or any right enshrined in the Bill of Rights indeed comes with an equal burden of responsible exercise of that right. The recognition of right is not free. So, ibig sabihin, hindi absolute na ikaw ay babanat na babanat. No? Ayun ang sinasabi ng Supreme Court dito. Sa kasong ito, ay nagkaroon ang crucial dito ay inamin ni Tulfo na hindi niya kilala si Atty. So at hindi niya rin nakita miniminsan bago siya nilabas ang kanyang sinulat. Pero inamin niya rin na hindi siya nag-imbestiga ng malalim para bago niya sinulat yon. So sa kanyang depensa sa trial court, sinabi rin ni Tulfo na ang kanyang ginamit niya yung mga nakalaman niya sa pagtira ay people proclaim knowledge of people using, may kilala din siya ng mga tao doon na tumitira para kumita. No, pero inargumento niya na it may have been someone else using the name of Atty. So for corrupt practices. Ibig sabihin, parang inaamin niya rito na dahil hindi siya nag-research kung kanino niya nakuha ang detalye tungkol kay Atty. So ito ang naging dahilan kung bakit sinintensya ng Supreme Court. Hindi ka pala nag-usisa eh. Medyo hindi ka panipaniwala ang iyong akusasyon laban kay Atty. So, kaya at hindi ka nag-usisa, so inamin mo na hindi ka nag-usisa, ibig sabihin ang tawag niya sa English, reckless disregard of the truth or falsity of the imputations. So, yan po ang naging basihan kung bakit siya nasintensyan. Actually, kabaliktaran ito ng kaso ni Raffy Tulfo, kung saan si Raffy Tulfo naman ay na-absuelto. Kapariho din, tinira niya rin ng Raffy Tulfo si Mr. Rolando Dingso. Kaya nga lang, ang binasihan naman ni Raffy Tulfo ay mayroon siyang pinanggalingan ng mga sources of information. Hindi kagaya kay Erwin Tulfo na inamin niya na kulang-kulang ang kanyang mga research. So ito po ang naging dahilan. Ngayon, sinintensyahan siya ng RTC at Court of Appeals na makulong. Tingnan natin ang desisyon. Sinintensya na siya na makulong ng hanggang 2 taon sa bawat kaso. So ngayon, ang nangyari, umakit siya sa Court of Appeals, ay pinagtibay ng Court of Appeals ang desisyon ng RTC. Pagdating sa Supreme Court, pinagtibay din ng Supreme Court na ang pagkasintensya sa kanya ay mali at may at ibig sabihin guilty si Erwin Tulfo ng 4 na libel case. 4 na libel offenses.
Yun ang ibig sabihin na sana itong si Erwin Tulfo ay makulong ito ng 8 taon mga kababayan. Mahirap din siguro kung ito pa yung pipiliin natin para iboto natin sa Senado. Number 1 pa naman ito ngayon sa survey pero ito nga ngayon yung controversial na kinakaharap nitong si Erwin Tulfo dahil isang convicted na din pala ito. Na-desisyonan na ng korte na nagkasala nga ito. Pero siguro nakapagpiyansa kaya hindi nakulong mga kababayan. Ay, nagbayad pala. Nagbayad ito ng ilang milyon mga kababayan na doon sa kanyang tinira sa kanyang programa sa Rimati. At yun na nga sayang kasi number 1 ito sa survey. At sana yung mga ganitong klaseng mga mga kandidato, itong klaseng mga kandidato ay hindi na sana ito payagan ng kumilik na tumakbo pa. Marami diyan sa Senado katulad ng mga nasa Senado kahit convicted na sa mga kasong plunder, pagnanakaw mga kababayan. Pero andyan pa rin sila sa Senado, nakaupo pa rin. Ano ba nangyari sa ating bansa? Bakit ang pinipili pa rin ng ating mga kababayan yung mga ganong klaseng tao? Porkit ba sikat, kilala, lagi nakikita sa telebisyon, yun kaagad yung naalala nila pagdating ng araw ng halalan. Yun ang talagang mahirap mga kababayan. Itong si Erwin Tulfo, sana umatras na lang ito. Dahil nga, itong mga Tulfo naman mga kababayan, minsan naman magaling, pero kadalasan talaga parang papakitang tao na lang din para sabihing matulungin. Yun na alam ko naman maraming supporters itong mga Tulfo na ito, pero sa atin mga kababayan gustuhin ko pa na si Congressman Marcolita kay Erwin Tulfo mga kababayan. Kasama pa yung yung kapatid niya, parang number 2 din yata sa survey itong si Tulfo. 3 Tulfo na siguro, o baka wag naman sana na umupo sa Senado mga kababayan. piliin naman natin yung talagang may alam, talagang may malasakit sa ating bansa. Yun na, dito lang muna at bago tayo magtatapos ulit, i-shout out ko lang ulit si Ma'am Virgie Verligis ng Pulilan, Bulacan. At sa lahat-lahat na lang maraming salamat sa patuloy na suporta. At hanggang dito na lang muna. Idol si Borbia, Edisa Borbia, shout out sa iyo. Kay Dream Kalumot ng Cebu, shout out sa iyo, Idol Dream Kalumot ng Cebu, shout out. Kay Lods Rosalie Malit, shout out rin. At sa lahat-lahat na lang, once again, this is Ronde TV mo. Ingat tayo lahat. God bless bawat isa sa atin.